Hey guys, Arun here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to speed up your Python code. So we all know that Python is slower when compared to C, C++, Java or something like that. So if you see in many instances, looping over or sorting Python array list or dictionaries can be sometimes slow. So having said that, today I'm going to show you some common tricks that we can use to speed up our Python codes. Let us get started. The first trick I'm going to show you guys is list comprehension. Normally, when we create a new list from an old list based on certain roles, we use the for loop to iterate through the old list and transform its values based on that certain condition and store it in the new list. First, I'm going to import the random library to create a random list, and I'm going to write random dot seed, and I'm going to set the number here so that my list will be unique every time. So let's say I'm going to put 33. Okay, now the library has been imported. So I'm going to create some sample list here. Sample list equal to, so I'm going to generate some random numbers. So I'm going to put random dot random here rand int. So this function will generate my random numbers between what are the ranges I specify here. Let's say I'm going to put 0 comma 40. So my random numbers will be generated between 0 and 40. So here I'm going to loop for I in range. So what is my length of the list? So here I'm going to put 1 lakh. So once executed, my sample list has been created. I can write it out. Sample list. If I execute it, you can see my list has been generated. And the length of this list is, as I said, it's 1 lakh. Now, if say I'm going to filter out all the even numbers from the sample list, I am going to write the list name even equal to square bracket. Then I am going to write my for loop for I in sample list. And if condition here, if percentile 2 equal to 0, then I am going to append the values even dot append I. So, and I'm going to write percentile time to check the wall time. So guys, if you see, it took around 48 microseconds to complete the job. Now I'm going to rewrite this one using the list comprehension. So I'm going to write percentile time, and I'm going to write the list name even equal to square brackets. Inside the square bracket, first I will write my iterator, in this case I. Then next I'm going to write my loop, which is for I in sample list. Now I'm going to specify my if condition. If percentile 2 equal to 0, then I'm going to execute it. You can see here the job is done within 7.9 microsecond. So this is how we can take the advantage of list comprehension in Python. Next, I'm going to show you how to use inbuilt functions and libraries to speed up our Python code. So we know that Python comes with many inbuilt functions which are implemented in C, which are very fast and which are very well maintained. So if we use built-in functions to do our mathematical operations and libraries in our Python code, so it automatically speeds up our execution of the. Let's say now I'm going to find all the square root of the numbers that are present in the sample list. So I'm going to write time to calculate the wall time. So I'm going to write the list here. Square root is equal to, I'm going to put the parenthesis. So now I'm going to loop in the list, and I'm going to put a variable here, and I'm going to, for every value, I'm going to multiply it by 0.5, which obviously gives me the square root of the each number in the sample list. So I'm going to append the result in the square root. So I'm going to append a. Once I execute this block of code, you can see it took around 87.9 microseconds to calculate the square root of every value present in the sample list. So here you can use an inbuilt function like map in order to speed up your code. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and write it percentile time here. And I'm going to use the math library here. So I'm going to import math. So let us say I'm going to define a variable a, and I'm going to put a list. So inside that I'm going to use the map function. So here I'm writing the math dot square root. What are the function I'm going to use? So here I will specify the name of the list. So see guys, once I executed it, took around 16 microsecond alone. So the block of the code is also very easy. It is written in a single line, and the wall time it took is also, it's like, it's not even close to 20% of the wall time it took in a conventional way. So this is how we can use the inbuilt functions and libraries to speed up your Python. Next, I'm going to show you how to find the unique elements that are present inside the list. So traditionally, I'm going to put a time for this one, and I'm going to create a list called unique. After creating the list, I'm going to write my for loop for I in sample list list. So here I will specify my if condition if I is not in unique list. Now I'm going to append the I values into the list unique dot append I. So once executed, you can see it took around 107 microseconds. Next, I'm going to show you how to do this with the set unique equal to list, and I'm going to specify the set inbuilt function, and I will put my list name, which is sample list. Once executed, you can see it took around only 3.303 microseconds. As you know, set don't allow any duplicate members. So this is how you can use a set to find unique values inside your list. So guys, these are some tricks that you can use to speed up your Python code. Thank you for watching.